Hi guys, today I will be looking at this Amberley publishing book by Stephen Butt. It's fully updated, over 500,000 copies that was sold. It was the best selling local history series. It's an Amberley publishing based on the town of Weston Mare, which is a place in North Somerset, just down on the Bristol Channel between Clevedon and Portishead. And I'm going to take you a look at some past and present pictures in separate videos. Well, Weston was just a town to come to visit. Of course, during the time of this picture, there was only one pier, which was over in that far section at Burnbeck Island. Now, if we move down to the present day, now this is Weston how you see it today, with loads of people bustling, all stuff have come from different contractors for the summer season. And of course, the big wheel in place on the front, and of course, Weston's current operating pier, known as the Grand Pier, which is a popular tourism attraction to Weston Mare. Of course, the first pier was built in 1904, and the elements of the pier used to be the original 1903 elements, but in 1930 the first pavilion burnt down, and that housed a theatre. And then a new pier that was built in 1933 was a new build, and that started to have stuff like amusement machines and prize-giving rides, which was a big bill to the council. But however, the pier has been under many owners: National Pier Society, Leonard Guy, and of course we've had the previous owners, the Brenner family, like George and Derek. Then George died, replaced by Arnold. Then Derek and Arnold died, and then it was Rod and Paul until Kerry and Michelle Michael came in. But on the 28th of July 2008, disaster struck the previous pavilion, and the pavilion was completely burnt down. And a new pavilion, which, as you see in this picture, is still standing today and is opened in time for the autumn 2010 season on the 12th of October, which was the first week of the school half-term holidays. Moving along the promenade, as you see, there is the previous pavilion building from the original Grand Pier. As you see, there's the old building just stood right there, and of course you would have had children's rides on the back deck, which are no longer there. And this is the picture as you see it today. Moving to the next picture, this is Burnbeck Island Pier, Weston's original pier. And of course, it was a place where steamers were going to berth, with people coming over from Wales. And this is how we see it today, looking really derelict and old, unfortunately. Of course, it was engineered by the Seaside Piers, and of course, it opened in 1867. It was the only pier in the country to link to the mainland with an island. The local architect Hans Price designed the pier head buildings. Despite the heritage, that important structure in 2015 is decaying and neglected. A few yards away from the Grand Pier in Weston is Knightston Island, which has got impressive terraced houses, which are located on the bank side of the sea. As you see, it's been used as luxury apartments, and it's just right on the other side of Weston's seafront. Original entrance to the Grand Pier in Weston Mare, which was in black and white, but this is what we see it now, as this was the surviving part, which was much in keeping with the previous pavilion, as you can see with the towers and the shape of the entrance front. it's just like the old pavilion that burnt down. Of course, you've got little shops there and fish and chips. And anyway, there is the Grand Prix. Of course, you've got your ice cream and your fish and chips next door. And this is the main entrance on the front to the Grand Prix. It's located in the front of Pierce Square. Is like an ice cream shop and the fish and chips. And the most exciting thing is an iconic fountain, which has been in the Pierce Square for all these years. They were going to decommission it, but however, plans had announced they were going to keep this fountain, as that is a good place to sit by and eat your fish and chips and have your ice cream. And that is a very most popular tourism attraction to Weston
Regent
Supermare.
Street is the busiest part of Weston Supermare, where you've got all your independent restaurants. And of course you've got your amusement centres, which is a good place to waste your money on the gambling. And of course just beyond that is a major department store, M&S. And that is a store where you see on any other high street, wherever you go.
On to the main high street, where you got all your major stores here, such as Boots, M&S, and Littlewoods. But however, that became BHS until 2016. Of course, you got other stores like Curry's and Dixon's that have gone. Of course, the most popular store to the seaside was Woolworths, which was one of the biggest chains before the collapse in 2008. Of course, Woolworths has been on many seaside towns, selling all bargains for beach, especially ice creams and that, as I used to like shopping in Woolworths all the time. And of course, this is the main high street where everything is also seen. Of course, if you want to grab a paper or a book, there's a WH Smith's just located on the high street, as you can see with the S and a WH.
There are loads of ways to get into Weston Supermare, by car, coach, and there's even a rail station just round the corner from Tesco. Of course, this is the main train station if you're travelling from places like London and Bristol.
The Great Western Railway serves this station. And of course, cross-country services from Manchester, Birmingham and Wolverhampton also come to this station. And this is where you're going to come to this station.
The second popular tourism attraction
is this old bollock. The old swimming pool, which was the old famous swimming pool known as the Tropicana. Of course, there was a long lingering problem for this open-air pool. It was built by the town council in 1937 with an impressive 10-metre high diving stage. It could accommodate up to 1,500 swimmers and bathers as well as spectators. The diving stage was removed in the 1980s and the building was restyled as the Tropicana. On the roof was an air raid siren, later used to call out lifeboats to aid vessels in distress in the Bristol Channel. But nowadays this place shut down in 2000. It has been under many owners such as Dismaland, created by Banksy. These days it's now a travelling fun fair called Funland at the Tropicana, which is a travelling theme park for the summer season. And it comes here now and again. And when I come down to Weston, I'm going to have a look at this impressive Funland because you've got all your exciting rides. And it gives people good memories of coming to this iconic
closed
structure.
in 2000. The 21st century holidaymakers needed a facility which could be used every day, and not just when the sun was shining. A lack of investment had meant the Art Deco fabric of the building had declined.
After several failed projects, work finally began in 2015 to renovate the seafront facing the section at a cost of £400,000.
Watching this video, hopefully, if you've enjoyed this video, please comment below, and hopefully please pay a visit to Weston Supermare if you've never been before.